All right. Get rid of these. Right. Hello, everyone. My name's Mike. How are you? Where are you? There you are. Hello, Moldova. I have never been here. Oh my God. Oh, hello. What the fuck? Okay, right. I didn't even touch that, guys. How are you? Good to see you. My name's Mike Butcher. I'm a journalist with TechCrunch. I have been since the year 1850. And oh my goodness, you should have seen the technology we had then. Horse-drawn carriages. Super amazing. Then we went to horse-drawn carriages 2.0. Called cars. Incredible stuff. This is how to contact me. I do get a lot of email, so I apologize if I do not reply to your email immediately. I get about 500 a day, but you can reach me in other ways. If you're very clever, you can reach me in other ways, but this is just the public information. Right. What are we going to talk about? Right, let's talk about you know, creating companies, creating startups, being an entrepreneur in a place which is not necessarily Silicon Valley, but it doesn't matter. You know what? Because you can do this stuff. You can do it, so don't worry about it. Let's have a little go at this. We want to go global from here. We want to create something that scales. You know, one of the issues in Europe is that, that going from anywhere is an issue, because here's a big cluster. Silicon Valley looks like this. They have 50 years plus head start on us, okay? So there's absolutely no point in trying to compare yourself with Silicon Valley. That's just crazy, right? They've got lots of advantages. 50-year head start, one big fat market, in many cases quite fat. And what have we got here? This is a mess, right? This is a total mess. Lots of small little countries. Okay, Germany's kind of big, but they're not, you know, we're not talking about like 1 billion people. We're not talking like, you know, hundreds of millions. We are, of course, in Europe, it's 500 million. But unfortunately, lots all packed up into little parcels. So that's tricky. That doesn't mean to say you can't do it, though, right? You've got to think smart about this. You've got to be smart. Don't try and, you know, pretend you're, you know, Twitter or something. Be smarter than that, right? First of all, does anybody remember this startup? No, of course you don't. You're all far too young. Young and wonderful. Seismic, San Francisco. Started by Loïc Lemeur. Loïc Lemeur is from Paris, yes. Where was Seismic built? Built in Romania. But every time I saw Loïc, I'd say, Loïc, how's that Romanian startup going of yours? And he'd say, oh, Mike, do not tell me that. It is from San Francisco, of course, because I am in San Francisco. It doesn't really matter. It was built in Romania, and, you know, which is just over there, over the border. And so, but he didn't tell anyone. You know why? Because he didn't tell anybody. He just made sure that it was about the product. The product was the one thing that he emphasized all the time. This is the product. We're not going to tell you where it was built. We're not going to tell you where we're from. We're going to say what the product is and what the product does. Okay? Here, what are some other things that we can think about? Here's a graph, right? Here's a graph. It's a graph on PowerPoint. It must mean something, yes? Correct? Point is, when you make a product, understand how you can get traction. Now, if you're going to do like a local startup for here and for Chisinau or for Moldova, like work out what works. You know, one of the best examples of this was Spotify. Now, Spotify, what a dumb name for a company, right? For starters. Spotify, 3 syllables, come on. I mean, really, should have been called like, woo, or ah, or hula, woo, something like that. Could have been cool. They obviously didn't have me involved in the branding exercise. And the point is that they got Spotify right in Sweden. Tiny little Sweden, only 9 million people. And, but they got it right, they got the product right, and then once they got the product right, they went boom, all over the world, as fast as they could. As fast as they could, they got to the US. And now, in the US, Spotify is very big in the US. You can go to like Milwaukee or Wisconsin, Idaho, Alaska. What's Spotify? Spotify, that's awesome. It's an awesome music streaming service, right? All my guys have got Spotify. And wow, it's awesome, right? They don't know where the fuck it's from, okay? And they don't give a fuck where it's from. They don't care, because the product is what works. Right, have you got that? Let's move on. Keep calm and learn English. God save our gracious queen. English, unfortunately, Esperanto didn't take off. And so English worked. Sorry. Luckily, Shakespeare took off. Don't you love Shakespeare? To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. Yes? I'm just a frustrated actor. It's a big pool, it's the international market. Let's do our product in English, let's go. Aim for a niche, work out what's going on. Don't try and be the next Facebook. When people come up and pitch me, you go, we are a new social network. I'm like, dude, social networks, kind of over. Think of something else. Right, communication. What am I doing right now? Communicating. I am speaking clearly. You've got to think about communication, because when you communicate, sorry, I'm going to go back there. If you want to start up, you've got to communicate what you're doing. Startups are about disrupting. You're trying to educate a market. You're trying to do something new. To do something new, you have to educate people about what you're doing. You can't just like throw the product out there. You've actually got to communicate it, right? So, what is news? News is a purple cow. Anybody seen any purple cows lately? I knew someone would say milker. God. Look, the point is, what I'm trying to make is it's unusual. You don't really see purple cows. You don't see purple cows, do you? The point is, if you want to make news, stand out. Stand out. Right? Do something unusual. There's an old phrase in journalism, which is, news is man bites dog. Because that doesn't happen very often, correct? That's what we like. We like things which are out of the ordinary. So just being a startup, unfortunately, does not make you news. I'm sorry. Breaking news, just being a startup, does not make you newsworthy. You know, the fact that you exist, unfortunately, I'm sorry, it's not news. Sorry. The point is, just releasing the fact that you exist, isn't it? You know what you want to do? You want to start a conversation with the media, conversation with the news media. Think about who you want to talk to and start that conversation. Because you want to get to know the news media. You want to get across who you are and what you're doing. Because the thing is, it's tough, you know, working out what the hell you guys are all doing when we're in the media. You know, here's a little day in the life of the stressed writer. Woe is me, hello. Incoming! We've got a lot of this stuff. I now have about 9 different messaging platforms on my phone, including Telegram, Line, WeChat. Kakao Talk in Korea is very popular. Kakao Talk. Try saying that. I've got that as well. Everything. Media guys I've got stuff going on. Now, with all of this going on, what happens next? You get this. Ding! Hi, Mike. We just launched. Would you like to write about it? Now, let's have a think about this. I have to drop everything. I have to make a decision. Am I going to drop everything and stop what I'm doing and think, oh my God, there's a startup out there. I must cover it. I have to make a decision. I have to drop everything and think about doing, whatever. So, how lucky do you feel? You feel lucky? Now, this isn't the best strategy, let's be honest. Here's what you should do. We're going to do this. Are you interested? Let me talk to you about it in a rational, timed manner. We're not ready now. We're not launching now. But when we are launching, we'd like you to know about it. Okay? Simple. That's how human beings operate. Here's a real... do you want to take a picture of this? This is useful. Mike, we're launching X. It will compete with Y. Therefore, I understand what market it's in. It's better than Y because this reason. We've raised some money. We haven't raised money. We bootstrapped. What's the funding situation? We've got it from these investors. Oh my God, Peter Thiel has invested. Incredible. That's a news story. It's all yours. It's embargoed. Here are the links, etc. Right? We want to know all of this information. Don't just go, hello, we've launched. Do you want to write about us? Think about what you're going to say. Now, I'm sure I'm going far too slowly, so I shall try and pick up the pace. So don't just say, could I send you a press release? Join the party. Join the party in my inbox. Everybody's sending me press releases. Just send me the damn information, okay? By the way, if you would like, there's a rather handy cut out and keep guide to sending me information, which you can find by Googling the phrase, the press release is dead. The press release is dead, because I believe the press release is dead. And if you Google that, you will get my blog post about how you as a startup should really sort of explain the hell what you're doing. If you do that, and you answer those questions, you'll see that. And it's written in a very sarcastic tone of a British man. I apologize, because I'm a sarcastic British man. Right. Get to the down point. Here we go. Let's talk about actually what you do. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And there's a little joke in there if you yes. Right, so products are really good. The biggest thing, don't try and be too fancy. Just make a great product. Focus on who you're talking to. You don't pitch the journalist who writes about telecommunications, the digital media startup. You don't pitch the digital media journalist a telecommunications startup, right? Understand who you're talking to. Don't hire a PR firm. You're all far too early. When you hire PR firms, it means you've got an amazing budget and you've got 5,000 euros a month to waste, basically, okay? PR firms do one thing. They have relationships with the media. If you're smart, you can start that conversation with the media yourselves. Pitch like a human. Sometimes this happens to me. Hi, you're Mike Butcher, aren't you? Yes. Hey, I noticed you've been speaking at the Rockit conference in Chisinau. Could I tell you about my startup? In a minute. Pitch like a human. Just be normal. Relax. We can all be friends. Okay. So, what is a story? Competition, drama, you're going to kill somebody. Gossip. Ooh, that rather interesting event in Amsterdam. Hello. Insight. You were going to change the world because of this. Evolution. We're like Uber for sandwiches. I don't know. You're awesome. You created this. We got successful. 1 billion downloads in one day. Failure. We failed. Here's why. Here's what we're going to do next. And celebrity Ashton Kutcher invested in you. And you hacked Facebook in the same day. Well done. Fantastic stories. Have a think about those. What should you send us? Bullet points, Crunchbase, hyperlinks, stuff like that. Do not send me PDFs. I will have you assassinated. Okay? Thank you. Now, tell a story. That's how you do it. Don't go, we do this. You say, we realized that there was a problem with this. In other words, you know, tell a story about what you did. Don't say, here is the classic pitch that I get sometimes from this part of the world. Is that you walk up to somebody and you say, what are you doing? It says, we have invented new form of transportation. I say, oh, okay, what is it? And say, oh, it is, I would demonstrate. Ding! Some guy appears from nowhere, like that. What are you doing? I was having dinner. I am just demonstrating to journalists what our product is. It is called teleportation. I say, that's amazing. I say, yes. It is teleportation. We just do not know how to market it yet. In the US, in San Francisco, exactly the same pitch. Imagine a world. A new world of transportation. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are revealing to you the Uber killer. The killer of Virgin Atlantic. The killer of British Airways. The killer of the automobile. Today, we can reveal to you teleportation. See? Different. Think about it. Okay. Now, what you're going to do next? Get on a plane. Because there are not a lot of VCs here, okay? You've got a great product. Come and see us in London. Go to New York. Come and see us in Berlin. Get out there. Tell people about it. Come and see me. Come and hang out. Come and have a drink in a pub in London. Get on a plane, right? You can come back. That's okay. It's all right. You don't have to leave. All those, hello, I'm going to get assassinated. You can come back. That's okay. But just get on a plane and get network with us. Build contacts. You can raise money. How are we going to do this? Let's do a quick download. What do we do? What's over here? Idea stage. Here you are right now. You've got this idea. You've got a co-founder. Then you raise some money from your uncle. Then we get a seed round, Series A, etc., etc., etc. How Startup Funding Works by Anna Vitale. Very, very good slideshow. Read that. Now, what are you going to do? Founder, 100%. Co-founders, 50%. Splitting it up. There's your uncle, 5% on your first round of funding. 37.5%, each two founders. Option pool, 20%. When an angel investor comes up to you in this country or another country and says, very interesting, I would like 50% of the company for 10,000 euro, you say, off. Okay? What do you say? Right. I didn't hear, sorry, what did you say? Yes, thank you. Do not do that. Think about that. Do not create a company and have an investor take it away from you. It's your hard work, okay? Think about that. Check those slides out and memorize them. I bet I've got I'm running over time, like massively. Shall I keep going? Yes! Use the tools, AngelList, Crunchbase, Crowd Equity, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Use all the tools available to you now virtually. Don't rely on creating Silicon Valley. Create Silicon Bridges. See what I did there? You like it? It's good, huh? It's like my catchphrase. I like it. Silicon Bridges. Silicon Bridges. You're not going to create the Silicon Valley here, and we're not even going to create Silicon Valley in London. Doesn't really matter, and we've got 8 million people. That's not the point. Create the network. The network. You've got investors down, you've got Max, you've got investors here. They're on planes all the time. Get that network going, okay? 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Create the links, get out there, get on a plane, create that pipeline. Now they're going hunting. Quickly, we have clusters. I want to know in Shiznau where everyone is. When you create clusters, you create noise. Noise creates hype. It's like Star Wars. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering, right? Yoda. Noise creates hype. Hype creates attention. Attention attracts investors. This is what happened in London. This is what happened in London a couple of years later. Hype. This is at 2009. This is later. This is London. This is London. It's clusters. Berlin. Paris. We can graph it. Coffee, Wi-Fi, coffee, Wi-Fi, coffee, Wi-Fi. It's cool. And then drinking. Yes, like good bit. Meet up, meet each other, network. Because you people are sexy, right? Oh yeah. Do you remember that scene? Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? What the hell happened here? These people have beards. They're in articles. Beards. Okay, they're kind of sexy, admittedly. They're geeks who are sexy. You guys are sexy. We created this great co-working space in London, Tech Hub. We got there, 1 minute, I know. Super fun. This is where we are. Oh, who's that guy? The media loves startups. We love you. We write about you all the time. Remember, we like you. It can't deal with my awesomeness. Right. Learn the skills of pitching and networking. This is quite useful. You can take a picture of that. Learn how to network, how to deal media, And now, yes, but Mike, yes, I know it is very interesting, Mike, but how do I get on TechCrunch? Okay. It's very simple. Just get a tattoo on your back. And I'll see you at drinks. Thank you very much.